Hi everyone, welcome back to Nick's Diecast. In today's video, I'll be doing an unboxing and a quick review of this Porsche 718 Boxster made by Bburago. I got this model from Amazon Warehouse Deals. As you can see, it came in a slightly damaged box, but it came to just over $17 in total. The box actually didn't come that damaged. There was a little bit of scraping and stuff on it, and a few dings and dents here and there, as you'll see here. But I was glad to get this particular model because I always have liked the 718 Boxster. So we'll go ahead and get this out of the box. We'll start with this side flap on here, and then we'll remove the model from its base next. All right, and then here's the rear of the Boxster. All right, got it out of the box. Now we just have to remove this from its cardboard base and remove that strap holding the doors shut in the center there. Got it off the base. Now we just got to cut this strap. All right, and here's our 718 Boxster. And this model does have opening doors, as you'll see here. All right, next we will get into the review. All right, let's take a look at the details of this Boxster here. So Bburago makes this in two colors. You have the orange, which you see here. I think on the real Boxster it's called lava orange or something like that. And it's kind of really nice, like bright blue. Now, neither of these paint colors are like metallic paint colors, but they really do look nice with the 718 Boxster. You can find this model on all sorts of sites and everything, usually for like the $15 to $25 price range. I think anything above 20 might be a bit of a stretch for it, but overall, I think the details of this model are well done, and I'm glad to have this as part of my collection. So let's take a look at the front. Bburago has been doing a really good job with their headlights recently on their 1/24 scale models. I guess there is a slight gap, at least on this one as far as that goes, but the overall shape and everything and the execution of them, I think, is very well done. You do have like the bulb detail on the inside of there too. Nice little Porsche badge embossed on the hood here. And you can actually read the word Porsche on the top there. And I think they always do a good job with their badging and stuff too. These grills are actually separate plastic pieces. On some of these kind of smallish scale models, they're just like integrated into the metal and just kind of painted on, but these are actually separate grills. They aren't perforated, but they still look very well done. And these kind of smaller lights are kind of painted on just in silver. Would have been nice to see, although they would be hard to make as plastic pieces, especially on this scale of model because they're so small. So at least they do like paint them on instead of just leaving them out all together. Taking a look next at the side, I love the detail of the wheels and just the overall look of the wheels too. They actually mold in all the separate lug nuts in there. You do see Porsche badges in the center. So the one on this rear wheel was a little bit smudged looking, but at least if they put those on there, they could have just skipped out entirely because the logo is so small. It probably wouldn't have even been noticed if it was not there, but they actually do put in that badge, which looks very well done. And unlike Maisto's recent 1/24 scale models, Bburago is still doing the separately mounted four wheels. Though they've never, from what I've seen, they don't really have issues with like bowing out or anything like that. In this model, they are pretty strong and everything. And they do spin kind of nice and smooth too. One's a little bit wobbly back here, but I don't think that's a big deal at all. And the paint quality, excellent, very nice and smooth throughout. They really do nail the lava orange that the real car came in. And this windshield is actually entirely framed out in metal, so there's no, flimsy feeling to it, of course, because it is made of a metal. And the side mirrors, though they are separate pieces, they're actually very, very sturdy. So Bburago did a great job with those. Even have the separately molded plastic side intakes on here, which they do a great job with. This would be something you see on like a 1/18 scale version, but on here they actually do include that as a separate piece, so that's really cool to see that. Back here you have the awesome Porsche inscription along with the 718 Boxster inscription underneath that. Kind of this reflective silver they do these in, and they look really well done. They did an excellent job with all the badging on this particular model. And the detail on the taillights is well done too. You do have kind of this painted on strip, but at least they do have that separately cast plastic lens on that strip there. And you only have opening doors on this model, but I don't really mind that per se because you kind of get this nice sort of seamless look, as I continue to say, with the hood and the rear engine cover being sealed shut. I guess it would have been nice to have one of these as like an opening feature, but I think just the opening doors is just fine. And speaking of the doors, they are very sturdy. You just kind of have to push them open like so. Almost too sturdy, like they're gonna kind of break off at some point, but you know, they're not gonna break. They just do a really nice kind of sturdy spring-loaded hinge job on this particular model. So the interior is actually very well detailed. Taking a look at the seats here, they do an excellent job with the different textures and stuff in here. You have a nice kind of pattern going along on these seats here. They even mold in the Porsche badges on these headrests up here. I didn't even notice that these were on here until about a week or two after I actually opened up the model and took it out of the box. So that's really good attention to a detail there, definitely. And you have kind of a leather pattern on the perimeter, and I guess these inserts would be a different texture. Like, I'm not really sure what it's called, but the real car does have those differing textures to the seats. So Bburago did a good job with kind of modeling those on their Boxster here. Dashboard detailing, I would say, is fairly well done. You do have all the buttons both in the center stack and on the center console here. They're not really colored in or anything. It would have been nice to see at least a few of them colored in. Like maybe they could have colored in the buttons beneath the navigation screen, or just colored in these buttons here. But this is a 1/24th scale model, so some details are going to be kind of, you know, skipped out on. There is a kind of a nice texture on the dashboard, and you do actually have the GPS screen turned on, so they do a nice job in that sense. And the steering wheel, they do an excellent job with the overall shape and look of it, and even the texture too. And you have a nice clear Porsche badge in the center of that too. They even mold the steering wheel buttons on either side, so I think they did a great job with that. Door panels, not too much to see, and I would assume there would be some kind of silver door handle if this were the real car, or some kind of window button, but it's just kind of all one single. I mean, there's a couple different textures. You have kind of this carbon texture going on down here, and kind of a leather pattern going on the upper portion. But I think what they have there looks, you know, decent. Maybe a little bit more detailing would have been welcome, but I think what they have there, they did a great job with. I can't tell if there are well, I guess here's a better view of that center console there and everything. Oh yeah, we do have pedals. They're just very hard to see. They are molded in there. They're just kind of hard to see because this whole interior is black, and they're kind of like set far back, like behind the steering wheel there. But they are there, and I think they're well done. Close these up here. I think for, you know, $17, $18, whichever price I got this at, it's a really good model. Bburago seems to have been making really well detailed 1/24 scale models recently. This is the second one that I've gotten in the past few months. I also have that Ferrari Aperta that I reviewed a little while back. And the details on this, I would say, are very well done. So if you're a fan of the 718 Boxster, I'm not sure if anyone else makes a 1/24 scale model in like the budget range. I know Maisto made like the original Boxster, so if you can find the original 1/24 scale Boxster from Maisto, I think this would go great with that, if you can find it for a good price. And of course, if you collect 1/24 scale Porsches, I think this is a solid budget 1/24 scale model to add to your collection. As always, hope this video was helpful, and feel free to comment down below with your thoughts on the 718 Boxster model I have here. Thanks for watching.